Hello guys, good morning or good evening or good afternoon everyone. Imagine if everything you did today, from learning a new word to working upstairs to even daydreaming, was quietly reshaping your brain. The idea might be surprising for you, but it's exactly what Dr. Lara Boyd calls neuroplasticity. The brain incredibly ability to change throughout life, not just when we were children. For a long time, people thought once we passed childhood, the brain was mostly fixed. We believe things like if you didn't pick up a skill earlier, you can later, or after a certain age, you can't form new connections. But scientific advance, things like MRIs, imaging, have shown those beliefs were wrong. In fact, every time you learn something new or practice a skill, your brain is changing. This change happens in three basic ways. First, it is change in chemical change. For example, change in signaling between neurons. This helps short-term memory or immediate improvements when you first try something new. After that, there's structural change for the second point. The structural change means physical rewiring, building new connection or strengthen existing ones. These are what let you keep a skill long term. The last one for change happen in basic ways is functional change, which brain regions are used when, how active they are, how networks of areas in your brain work together over time. Over time, with practice, certain regions becomes more acceptable, easier to use. But what's really powerful, this doesn't depend on age. It doesn't depend on how smart you think or how smart you are. Everyone brain is changing all the time. The difference is that each person brains change differently. We each have unique brain structure, functions and experience, and those influence how our brain responds to our learning or recovery. So, what this means for us? This is if you want to learn something, a sport, an instrument or a language, know that practice actually physically build your brain. Struggling is not failing. It's part of making deeper, longer lasting change. It is part of the process. If you are struggling, you may remember that skill for your whole time, for your whole life. And if someone suffers brain injury, stroke or otherwise, the same plasticity means the brain has capacity to reorganize. Recovery is possible, but it takes efforts, time, repetition, and the right kind of stimulation. Also, in education or training, one size fits all doesn't work because brain differ. Personalized learning or therapies are much more effective. So, I challenge you. Think one of the things you have been avoiding because it seems too late, too difficult, or too slow. Start it anyway. Practice a little. Stretch your brain, because every time you try, every new challenge, every mistakes, you are changing your brain. not just in your mind. And over time, those changes will build into something remarkable. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.